Voila! Here we go, introducing my special spicy grilled tilapia from the Flourishing Kitchen. Hi guys, my name is Becky from the Flourishing Kitchen. Here in this kitchen, we aim to reduce drastically the amount of carbohydrates we take into our system. Even better, we try as much as possible to go the ketogenic way, but obviously with a touch of Africa on it. If today is the very first time you've bumped into a video like this, I would like you to be part of this community and let's build something beautiful. On today's menu, I am showing you how I grill my tilapia. So as you can see, I have already descaled the tilapia, cleaned and gutted it all, and it's all been rinsed. But what I'm doing now is I'm pat drying it with a kitchen towel just to get rid of all the residue blood inside the head and the gutters. So that's exactly what you see me doing. And as you can see, the towel is already wet with blood, and all these don't help to make the flavor come out. So try this next time. So as you can see, the fish is lying on a sheet of foil, tin foil. This is the foil I'm going to be using to wrap it after I finish marinating it. So it's all being done on one space. Now, after pat drying the fish, it's now time to marinate it. So what you see on top of the fish is a tiny piece of, well, it's a moderate amount of my wet marinade, which I made earlier and saved in the freezer. So prior to doing this, I had taken one little tub out and thawed it so that I can manipulate it. I have a separate video on how I make my all-purpose wet marinade mixture for my cooking. You can check it out in the link. After the marinade, I added my chili pieces or chili flakes, as some people call it. And then afterwards is my salt. Now for the salt, I use pink Himalayan salt because we're trying as much as possible to take the healthier options of all the food ingredients that we use. Okay, so and then I have a little piece of Maggi cube, the tiniest size, but even that I'm using half of it. So as you can see, I mashed it into powder and then emptied half of the content onto the mixture. Now it's time to work it with my hands, and there are three things I do in my kitchen with gloves on. I do not do them without having my gloves on. The first one is fish, second one is onion, and the third one is meat. I would not do them without having my gloves on because it helps to protect my nails and also keeps my hands fresh and smelling nice after my kitchen job is done. So you can try that as well. So what I'm doing is I'm working into the fish, into the creases, into the I had already make marks onto it so that it can the marinade can go really into the meat of the fish, if that makes sense. Okay, so you can try that as well. I have created a little gutters on the skin on both sides, and I'm making sure that every corner and crease of the fish gets fed with the marinade mixture. Don't forget the gutter as well, needs a lot of the marinade. Okay, now after this, I'm going to clean the foil and tidy it nicely so that it can fold over and create a little pocket for the fish, because the fish is going to go into the fridge for 24 hours at least. Now this stage is very important because it allows the marinade to take its time to work into the fish and take over the fish, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's exactly what you see me doing, and it's going to go into the fridge until I'm ready to bake it. Just to remind you, when you're washing your fish, before it comes to this stage, try and add a hint of vinegar to take away the nyenyai scent. Okay, there's a kind of scent on fresh fish that a lot of people don't like. My husband doesn't like that. So it's either vinegar or lime or lemon juice, just a little bit to rinse it. Okay. All right. So my fish has been resting in the fridge for 24 hours now. In some cases, I sometimes leave my fish for more than 24 hours just so that the marinating takes over the fish, basically. But of course, you need to monitor the strength of your fridge plus the environment where you live. If you live in a hotter country, it's not advisable, because what you don't want to do is to let your fish get rotten in the fridge. But I have tried 24 hours, 32 hours, and it's done all right. And the longer I've kept it in the fridge, the more it becomes succulent and the flavor takes over the fish. And that's the whole point of leaving it to marinate. So as you can see, I'm spraying the fish with my olive oil spray. I got this from Aldi. You can get them from Tesco's, etc. I've done one side of it, so I'm going to put it onto the baking rack, which I've already sat onto my baking tray, which is already lined with my foil, and I'm going to spray the other side. Okay, the reason why I put the rack, Ghana your friend in kantan in tia me di kantan na si tray ni so ne say e boama emframa na heat na wo oven ni mu no e fa fish ni hu nyina hia se ne ase ne nye peche. I don't want the bottom of the fish, the part that sits on the tray, to have direct contact with the tray, because then it becomes soggy, it becomes wet, and if you don't take care, the skin comes off by the time the fish is all cooked and baked. I don't want it like that. So try this method, and because of the spray, it's not going to get stuck onto the rack, if that makes sense. All right, so it's ready to go in my already heated oven, and that's going to stay in there for at least 30 minutes on 180 degrees. Okay, so my tilapia has been sitting in the oven for about 35 minutes, and this is what I saw when I opened it. Beautifully done. If at this stage you feel your fish is a bit too dry, you can give it a few shots of olive oil spray. After all, that is good fat, so it's good for your health. But look at my final product. Both sides were beautifully browned and grilled nicely, without any wetness or peche bia. So at this stage, you can eat it with your low carb banku or kenke, or have it with some salad, or just eat it like that and drink a cup of tea. After all, you are doing low carb diet. Thank you so much for watching. Send me kind, say unsubscribe. I would like you to do me a favor. Kindly smash the subscribe button right on the bottom right hand corner of your phone, so that you can receive my future notifications. So unsubscribe, press it, domane so na press it, subscribe and so send you be me load video bia ebeba o phone so na wasua bibia frame efe so che na obi so nyabi, so that we can spread the good news. As I always say, let thy food be thy medicine. Until I come your way with another flourishing video, it's shalom, peace, and life from me to you. Bye.